Is it true that the relationship between Jungkook and Taehyung isn't what fans have always believed? Why did Taehyung's sudden statement shake the ARMY community? What is really going on behind the scenes? The K-pop world is once again shaken by a shocking confession from one of BTS members, Kim Taehyung aka V. In an interview that was initially not widely publicized, Taehyung suddenly made a statement that indirectly revealed something previously unknown to the public about the real relationship and personality of Jungkook, the youngest member of BTS. The confession quickly spread among ARMY, the name for BTS fans, and sparked a wave of intense emotional reactions. Many were surprised to learn that Jungkook, who has long been known as mysterious and reserved, apparently has another side that even his fellow group members rarely see. What made this statement even more controversial was the timing and manner in which it was revealed. Taehyung did not make the statement during an official event, but while answering a question during the recording of an internal HYBE label's documentary interview. Although it was not initially made public, that part of the interview later leaked to social media, sparking wild speculation and narratives from netizens. In the 47-second video clip, Taehyung appears serious and slightly silent before finally delivering the sentence that has now become the center of attention. Jungkook is indeed hard to predict, even for us. But when he does something we don't expect, we know it comes from a sincere place. Like when he secretly went to Tokyo. This statement immediately raised a major question. What exactly did Taehyung mean by Jungkook's secret visit to Tokyo? And why is this statement considered an admission of something that has long been hidden? Some inside sources stated that Jungkook's trip to Tokyo was not just an ordinary personal journey. There was no official agenda from the agency, no media documentation, and no public announcement whatsoever. However, Jungkook's arrival was detected by Japanese fans who happened to recognize him at Haneda Airport. Photos showing Jungkook walking alone wearing a hat and mask quickly spread, sparking speculation about what he was doing in Japan. Even more surprising, not a single BTS member gave a statement about the trip until Taehyung made that unexpected confession. Korean entertainment industry analysts began reviewing Jungkook's behavioral patterns and activities in recent months. Many concluded that Jungkook may have been hiding many things related to personal projects or even internal dynamics unknown to the public. Given his status as the Golden Magne, or the youngest member with extraordinary talent, the public tends to focus on his work without digging deeper into his emotional side or personal decisions. But this time is different. Taehyung's words weren't just casual remarks. His sentences are full of meaning. Several public communication and body language experts stated that Taehyung's tone when delivering the confession indicated considerable emotional pressure. This raises another question. Are BTS members experiencing emotional strain or significant changes that they haven't shared with the public? Responding to the commotion, HYBE labels released a brief statement that only fueled more curiosity. In the official statement, consisting of only 2 paragraphs, they stated that Jungkook's trip to Tokyo was a personal matter and not related to any BTS promotional agenda or activity. The statement also mentioned that BTS members have personal freedom during the group's hiatus, and that the circulating speculations do not reflect reality. However, the short statement was not enough to quell the growing speculation. Moreover, several Japanese local media outlets reported that while in Tokyo, Jungkook was seen visiting a building known as an independent recording studio. This sparked speculation that Jungkook might be working on a new solo project that hasn't been officially announced, or even involved in a secret collaboration with a Japanese artist. These facts reinforce the interpretation that Taehyung's statement was not just a random comment, but a clue to something much bigger and more complex. IT doesn't stop there. Speculations also began to point toward the personal relationships between BTS members. Does Taehyung's confession indicate an emotional distance between him and Jungkook? Or on the contrary, does the statement signify a deeper closeness that the public has never known? One quote from Taehyung that was brought back by the media was when he said in a different interview, "Jungkook always has his own way of showing care. Sometimes not through words, but through actions." That statement is now reinterpreted by fans as a form of clarification that although Jungkook seems reserved, he still cares about the people around him, including his fans. Still, The mystery of Tokyo and the meaning behind Taehyung's confession remains unresolved. In the past few days, fan analyses have also emerged showing Jungkook's digital activity patterns on platforms like Weverse and Instagram. Some fans noted that before his departure to Tokyo, Jungkook shared lyrics discussing escaping from everything for a while and rediscovering oneself. Many linked this to the mental pressure he experienced after being under international media spotlight for months due to his back-to-back solo collaborations. The connection between emotional pressure, the secret trip to Tokyo, and Taehyung's sudden statement became even more complex when some longtime fans recalled past interactions between Jungkook and Taehyung during BTS's promotional periods in recent years. One of the most frequently revisited interactions is when Taehyung said during a V-Live broadcast, "The magne sometimes suddenly disappears, makes us all panic, but we trust he knows what he's doing." At first glance, that sentence sounds ordinary, but in the current context, it now sounds like a sign of a deeper pattern, that Jungkook often acts independently and has agendas he doesn't always reveal to others, even to his own group members. Several observers stated that Taehyung's statement and the uproar that followed could be a pivotal moment in the public's understanding of K-pop idols' private lives. All this time, fans only saw the curated side created by agencies and the media. However, emotional confessions like the one Taehyung delivered open deeper layers of reality about idols' lives, including pressure, loneliness, and the desire for private space. From a communication psychology perspective, confessions like this, delivered by a close peer, not the individual concerned, often reflect broader conditions. In this case, Taehyung might not have intended to reveal a secret, but to express his concern as a friend. But in a hyper-responsive fandom climate, every sentence can be interpreted as a clue or even an explicit confession of things that have only been speculation until now. Now, attention turns to Jungkook and his agency's next steps. Will there be further clarification? Will Jungkook speak directly? Or will they let this mystery grow and become part of the complex dynamic between artist and fan? What is certain is that Taehyung's confession has opened the door to a space that has long been tightly closed. A space where Jungkook, the idol thought to be untouchable and unshakable, apparently is also a normal human being who has secrets, a need to be alone, and a desire to express himself in his own way. And perhaps, behind Taehyung's simple sentence about Jungkook, who often surprises us, lies a story that is bigger, more complex, and far more emotional than anyone could have imagined. After thoroughly examining the circulating issue regarding Taehyung's alleged statement about Jungkook that was said to have triggered hysteria among ARMY, it is important to emphasize that the news lacks credible grounds and does not originate from any official statements. The information widely spread on social media and several entertainment news platforms is speculative, unconfirmed, and cannot be accounted for in journalistic terms. In tracing various official statements from Big Hit Music or from Taehyung's and Jungkook's personal accounts, not a single piece of evidence was found showing that Taehyung had ever directly made a statement revealing something unexpected about Jungkook as dramatically portrayed by several media outlets. The issue of Jungkook's presence in Tokyo being deemed surprising is nothing more than an exaggerated conclusion about a celebrity's private activity during their personal time. There was no misconduct, no scandal, no conspiracy. The excessive interpretation of this private activity has been shaped by media framing to provoke emotional reactions, when in reality, it was simply a matter of a public figure exercising their right to travel freely without always being tied to a particular narrative. The claim that Taehyung exposed something about Jungkook also lacks any recording, transcript, or official documentation from any media interview or session that could be validated. Phrases quoted separately and out of context, such as "Jungkook cannot be predicted," "he often surprises fans," have been spread as if they were major revelations, while in reality, they were simply Taehyung's compliments on Jungkook's spontaneity in delighting fans. Unfortunately, this quote has been twisted into seeming like it holds a hidden meaning leading to a big revelation, which is not the case. The phenomenon of spreading unverified information like this should be a concern for the entire fan community and general readers. The public, especially ARMY, is urged to always be critical when receiving information. It must be realized that the popularity of BTS members is often exploited by certain parties to increase traffic through sensational headlines that do not represent the truth. Especially in today's media ecosystem, clickbait has become a common strategy, but one that is dangerous when misused to spread false news. As part of a global community that is smart and cares about the integrity of their idols, ARMY also plays a major role in combating the spread of hoaxes. It is important to verify every piece of information through official sources before sharing it. BTS is not just a music group. They are global icons who bring messages of positivity, hard work, and high dedication. Therefore, spreading false information actually undermines the values they have long fought for. In conclusion, the news regarding Taehyung's dramatic statement about Jungkook that supposedly triggered hysteria, as framed by sensational headlines, is not true and lacks any factual basis. The public is advised not to be easily provoked and to always assess news with a critical and logical approach. This clarification is expected to ease the misunderstandings that have arisen and to remind all of us to be wiser in consuming information, especially those concerning influential public figures like BTS.